Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship. I'm your host Kimaru, and today we are at the Red Bull Ring for Season 1, Round 5, Tier 3. So, Red Bull Ring full, and today we are in the Group 3 machines, or GT3, and let's see how everyone went on in today's qualifier. Starting off in pole, we have Diesel or Old Spice. We have Johnny Hodgson. First time of asking Spice, Britney Spit. Frogman. Lorcas. Kayla's one. Canny. Jamie Balding. An old returnee, JC. Nightmare Razor. Glover Barnett. And finishing off the field in the back is Mr. Rex. So, let's see how everyone went on in today's race. Alright, we are about ready to get this show started, and let's see how everyone gets through turn 1 cleanly at the Red Bull Ring. We are off for round 5, ladies and gents, and it is a good start from Diesel. And looks like Britney Spit got pushed wide quite a bit through turn 1. It's always a tight turn, that turn 1. As we see, everyone is more or less through cleanly. And Diesel has gotten himself a decent gap down to Frog already, with Britney Spit in the mighty GT, Ford GT. And another thing to mention about first time of asking Spice, if you check out his Twitch channel at TX141, you will notice that every race he does it from the onboard view, the cockpit view, which is quite a feat in itself. Not easy to race hard and clean on GT Sport with cockpit view. As we see Diesel in the mighty Jag, driving away from Frog. The Jag does have some superior power, acceleration, speed, all that, and the Aston Martin isn't that far behind. So, I haven't done these videos in a couple of weeks, so my apologies for that. It just takes a lot of time to do videos, and sometimes you just don't want to do them. As we come through turn 2, so see that the field has been spreading a little bit, with Johnny in 4th. We have Jamie Balding in 5th, with JC in 6th. Nightmare Racer in 7th in the mighty Corvette, and Kayla's 8th in the Aston. We have Glover in the Ford, and what in the world happened? Taking a look back with Mr. JC, what on earth happened? Oh, oversteers and smashes into Nightmare. And calls it quits? Huh. Oh well. Frog now, just trying to stick with Diesel. As we see, Britney Spit is under a lot of pressure, and the mighty Ford GT from the Hyundai Coupe. But just look at how close Johnny is in the green Sigma mobile. The Ford GT does understeer a little bit, but holy crap balls, that car does have some power. That is for sure. A lot of pressure for Paul right now. Or also check out Britney Spit's YouTube channel, TX141. I think that's the channel. Oh, as he gets himself a little half-second penalty for maybe cutting turn 1 a little bit. As we see Johnny going on the inside into turn, I think this is turn 2. Yeah, technically it's turn 2. And Britt just loses down. He's just playing the long game right now, Britt. As we see Jamie is right on first time of asking Spice's heels. I think Jamie is finally starting to get into a rhythm and into a pace. So could be a season or two before we see proper pace from Jamie, the younger brother of Sefix's Jax. Well, yeah, older brother. So yeah, we have Frog just in front of Johnny right now, and Johnny is trying to catch up. And well done to Johnny in the slower straight line speed Hyundai. As we see KLS is starting to catch up to Jamie a little bit. We have Glover in a big train with Canny, Nightmare, Lorcas, and Rex in the back. So let's take a look at these fellas for a little bit too. As we see Canny is in the slipstream of Glover. And the Porsche is quite strong in the slipstream, even though it doesn't have too much of straight line speed. It does stick well in slipstream. As we see Nightmare is trying to find a way through Canny. Oh, a little bit of a lag switch from Nightmare as we see him going. Oh, will he be able to hold this on the outside of turn 3 into turn 4? And makes a move on Canny and moves himself up into 8th. As we see Lorcas just trying to control the mighty FT1. Johnny now right on the heels of Frogman and is not letting go of his rear, as we see Britney Spit there. Background. Just look at how close Johnny is to Frog. Just one simple little flaw from Frog, and Frog's going highly defensive. Ultimately, Johnny has a little bit more of exit speed out of turn 1. Covers the inside. Will they avoid contact? And Johnny goes cleanly ahead of Frog. A beautiful move from Johnny. But the Frogman hasn't given up. The straight line speed of the V12 Aston is showing its grunt right now. Frog trying to make his move back. Going on the inside of Johnny. Johnny going very wide as he moves on to the grass. Gravel. Frog on the inside. And there's a hell of a lot of fighting from these two right now. Johnny gets himself 1.5 second penalty for being too wide. Very good job on keeping that car actually planted the right way and not spinning. And is that Frog with 11 seconds penalty or 1.5? 1.5. Just looked a little bit more. Oh, and he cuts very wide out of turn 1. And he blocks Johnny again, or defends heavily against Johnny again. Will he be able to stick with it right now? I think Johnny has this one. They go side by side through turn 2 again. This is where Frog is dangerous. He's He's got the run. He's got the power. Is he close enough to make a counter move on Johnny? He dives on the inside into turn 3. Makes the move stick, gets himself up into second. Johnny isn't giving this up either. He's gonna go past Frog on the outside into turn 4 and 5. Just look at this. Just too wide through every single corner almost. Just look at this. Good, clean, respectful racing between these two. As we see Frog is going for another move on the inside. Will it stick? Will it stick? Oh, just look at the respect shown as we see Johnny going back up into second. Ultimately, the Aston does have a lot more power down the straight than the Hyundai, but wow. Good, clean, respectful racing as we see Frog trying to attempt to go on the inside yet again, but it's too narrow. Johnny closes the door as we see Britney Spit going into this fight now. Britney Spit is taking the fight to Frog. Brit is feeling this right now. He's thinking to himself, oh, I got this motherflunker now. The 4th is going home with me, baby. Or maybe even 3rd. Maybe even 2nd. As we see Frog going very wide. Still hasn't given up the fight to Johnny though. And we see KLS there. We have Jamie in the picture. And shouldn't First Time I'm Asking Spice be in the picture? What's happened to First Time I'm Asking Spice? Taking a look back with Mr. Brit in a spit. What in the world happened? Oh, he goes very wide over the curve and the car kicks out like it did on Bathurst. Oh man. The 4GT just wants to kill Britney Spit in this season. Bathurst, the car killed him, and here it killed him. Wow. Oh, not a good race for Mr. First Time of Asking Spice. As we see, Lorcas has moved himself up into 9th now because of Brit's little overturn. Nightmare Racer in 8th. Sorry about that. We have Kenny still chasing after Glover. Still hasn't got enough power to pass him on the straight. That's the Achilles heel of the Porsche, but the Porsche should be able to conserve its tires a little bit better as we see him going very slidey out of turn 1, but keeps the car under control. Now he has a lot of ground to catch up to Glover again. If Glover makes a mistake, that could be Kenny's savior, as we see Jamie Balding's tires are really starting to die off at the moment. See KLS, his tires are looking quite good. Just look at the comparison. I think KLS might be on a wheel and Jamie might be on a pad. As we know, the tire wear is a little bit higher on a pad for pad users, but I've seen a lot of people being able to conserve their tires quite well on a pad too. So it's probably more down to driving style than anything else. I don't think the pad can be blamed for a lot of tire wear. It could be down to each individual's driving style. Some could be more aggressive, some could be more smooth. And that could ultimately end up saving you a lot of grief. As we see KLS into the pits already after a lap 8, and his tires are not looking that bad. Glover now still staying ahead of Kenny, Nightmare, and Lorcas. And just look at the train of cars. These four have not been separated at all, as we see Nightmare going very slidey out of turn 1. Taking a look back with Mr. Nightmare, what in the world happened? as he touches the curb. Oh, yeah. The back tires just slides up. The tire wear is getting a little bit sketchy for Nightmare. And got some oversteer on that car. Luckily, he managed to just scrape the wall and not smash into it. As we see, Britnessbit is moving himself up the field, and let's hope he can at least regain a little bit of lost time, lost positions to the rest of the folks. So, Kenny still staying behind Glover. Still not letting go of the 4 GT man. Jamie has carved himself a big gap to Frog and Barnett at the moment. Little piece in front and in the back for Jamie. As we see Frogman going into the pits already after lap 9, and those tires look decent but not completely shot. That's the thing. We see a lot of different driving styles from the guys. As we see, Kenny is right in the heels of Glover. Glover staying very defensive. Will Kenny be able to go on the inside into turn 2 of Glover? Makes the move stick and puts himself into 5th. Good move from Kenny. Good move indeed. Difficult corner to make a pass on. As we see, Lorcas still hasn't been able to make a lot of move up the field. The FT1 is probably struggling a tiny bit on this ring track. Polar, Kalis after his pit. Nightmare has been into the pits as well to get those torture tires off. As we see Diesel into the pits. We have Johnny Hodgson into the pits, and we see Johnny has saved a tiny bit of more fuel than Diesel. Diesel out of the pits now. Haven't seen a lot of this man. A very peaceful race for Old Spice today. Johnny in second, just moving away from Frog, or Frog is gaining. Just look it out. Oh, and Frog just late braked into turn 2. Lost a lot of ground up to Johnny, but the V8, V12 should be able to push him forward. As we see Lorcas in 4th, and first time of Asking Spice in 5th, so he's carved himself good position so far, but will it be enough to keep 5th in the end? We'll have to wait and see. As we see, Jamie has come out of the pits with new tires and is down in 6th. Kalis in the front of Kenny, and we have Glover, Kenny, and Kalis all on fresh tires. Kalis has a couple of more laps of worn tires now. Kenny still staying in front of Glover. As we see Jamie oh, what in the world happened to Jamie? Taking a look back with the youngling, the Padawan, And oh, he just gets some massive wheel spin on that rough surface and goes into the grass. Just struggles to get back on track, and oh, the tires grip and he crashes into the wall. Oh man, yeah, that's very unlucky for Jamie. He has a lot of ground to catch up on now as we see Nightmare Racer coming up. And Jamie just staying out to the side. And just look at this. The power of the mighty Aston versus the Corvette. Both extreme muscle cars. And I think Jamie has a little bit better power in that Aston of his than Nightmare does in the Corvette. The Corvette isn't a very slow or poor car either, but I think Jamie has got this for the moment. So here we have Rex. Haven't seen much of this man today. Still trying to find his way and place in the championship. So you see Lorcas into the pits. Diesel has carved himself a pretty decent gap down to Johnny. That Jag is really serving him well today. So we see Johnny still trying to do what he does best. Oh, as we see him drifting out of turn 2. Trying to use the Hyundai's strengths to possibly catch up a little bit in the turns where the Hyundai excels a little bit more. We have Frog in third with a little bit of a penalty left, and just would be easy to shake that off until the end. Still a lot of racing to do. Paul's still staying out, so he might be trying to go for a one stop today, and he's taking care of those tires. Let's hope Team Boss Plux. Oh, yeah, that looked a little bit drifty, but let's hope Team Boss Plux isn't too upset for first time of Asking Spice spinning earlier in the race. The car just kicked out on Brett and tried to kill him. Might be considering his car choice for next season. As we see KLS in 5th. We have Canny still in 6th with Glover chasing right behind. Jamie in 8th and Nightmare chasing in 9th. In the Arithmetrix livery, I think that was the right team. I could be wrong. I could be butchering the name, so sorry for that, Nightmare. Not my intention. Arithmetrix, is that what it says? Can't really read it. Lorca's in 10th, not having the best of races today. We know how fast and strong Lorcas is, and I've driven against Lorcas many a times. Had a lot of decent and good races and battles with Lorcas, but he's probably a little bit like me, very track and class dependent combination guy. And today the FT1 isn't serving Lorcas that well, it would seem. Come back to Sir Johnny. He's alone in P2. Frog alone in P3, and we have KLS in front of Britnespit. Britnespit still staying out on those extremely worn tires. I'm actually amazed that he's able to keep the car this planted. Just look at the rear tire wear. right up the rear end of First Time Alaskan Spies. I don't think First Time is going to defend too much because he's on older tires and he's not in the same race yet. But good on Britain's Bit for staying out for this long and keeping the car under control. I definitely would not be able to keep up a good enough pace like he is doing. But he's under a lot of pressure from Kenny, and Britt goes around for another lap. As we see Jamie still in front of Nightmare. Nightmare is actually losing a little bit of gap down to or up to Jamie at this point. So I think Jamie's finally starting to find his rhythm in the championship. And like I said before, and I've said in the previous races, it will probably take him a few seasons before he's completely up to speed and possibly rivals his brother. His brother is probably giving him a lot of tips. As we see, Kenny has gotten ahead of Britain's Bit, and we have Glover about to pass, and Britain's Bit is signaling for Glover to pass him. If he can, though. Looks like he's struggling a little bit to get past Britain's Bit, and that's even on new tires. Maybe they're just trying out their limits with one another, as we see Britain's Bit just barely getting himself into the pits. Time to get those worn tires out. Coming back on lap 22, we have driven for or raced for 32 minutes. We have KLS in fourth. We have Johnny in second, Frog in third, and Diesel in first. Britain's Bit staying in fifth. We have him doing very good, considering his little spin and mistake earlier in the race. So he just has to keep his head down, head cool, and grab some good points. Kenny now in sixth, got himself a decent gap up to or down to Glover. As we see Jamie in 8th, Lorcas in 9th. We have Nightmare in 10th with a fresh set of tires. Rex now in 11th, and he's a whole lap down from the rest of the field. Rex also just trying to find his way in this championship. And we have Diesel, and Johnny's actually catching up to Diesel now. Could there's be the start of a long fight, a long battle between these two? Like I said earlier, Johnny's using the handling capabilities of that mighty little Hyundai, and it just looks like a monster truck from behind of that Jag. Look at how big and wide the Hyundai is compared to the Jag. As we see Johnny just showing himself in the rear views of Diesel. Old Spice just has to use that immense power, but the Hyundai is quite good in a slipstream too. Look at how close it is. Could we see a move into turn 2? And it looks like Diesel got a little bit bumped of Johnny there. A little bit of bump drafting. He's not challenging Diesel yet. I'm just gonna take a quick scroll down the field as we see no change in the field whatsoever. So we're gonna follow these two for a little bit and see where the action takes us. As we see, Johnny is right on the heels of Diesel. Oh, gave him a little bump. Diesel is just trying to break the gap between these two. To find different lines through the turns. Anything that works. Doesn't look like Johnny has enough speed to actually pass Diesel at this point. As we see him going a little bit wider out of turn 4. Still not making a move on Diesel. These two are very even in their pace. But just look at how close it is between these two. Over the past 4 laps now, 3 or 4 laps, it has not been any longer than less than a half a second. Doesn't look like Johnny's actually going for a move. Fighting would make it so that Frog will inch closer. Let's take a look at the timing as we see. Wow, just look how close Johnny is. 9 seconds down to Frog. Good outing for the Hyundai at least. And Johnny's backing off. Maybe these two are buds and they're on comms right now and fighting each other or just helping each other. Because Johnny isn't actually going for a move. Now he might go for a move. He has a little bit better exit out of turn 1. But just slots back in behind Diesel. A bit of wheel spin out of turn 2. Check down the field a little bit as we see KLS is desperate for fuel. We have Britney spit into the wall again! What on earth happened to Paul? So we see him going. Oh, the yellow curb killed him. Oh no! Oh no! He's got to be screaming under that helmet now. Oh no! He lost the position of the Kenny. Oh. Oh man. Oh man, I pity that. Jeez. Just a slight trip out on the yellow curb and he just spun. Maybe because I put oil there earlier. No one heard that, right? So Jamie in 9th, we have Lorcas in 10th, we have Rex in 11th still, and we have Diesel and Johnny in 1st and 2nd respectively. As we see, Diesel have carved himself a little bit of a gap down to Johnny at the moment. Tires might be running off from, yeah, you just look at Johnny's front right tire. It's starting to wear off a little bit, and we see Diesel's tires are ultimately a lot better. KLS into the pits with 4% left in the tank. And yeah, these two are the closest on track at the moment. Diesel's not giving any quarter to Johnny, but he just can't break away from him. As we take a quick look down the field again, we see KLS in front of Britt, and Britt will have to go into the pits shortly. Low fuel. Oh, he's got to be screaming under that helmet. He's got to be so angry. As we see, Diesel is going slightly defensive out of the second to last turn, and still staying ahead of Johnny. Johnny doesn't look like he has enough power to actually get past Diesel. These two are definitely coming up to Tier 2 next season. And I think also Britney Spit is on his way up to Tier 2. As we see Johnny going on the inside of Diesel into turn 2, makes the move stick. And I don't think Diesel wanted to fight it anymore. Just wants to get some clean air. Maybe be the chaser instead of the chasee. Wants to be the predator instead of the victim. But look at how fast Johnny's pulling away. He's just been saving fuel, saving tires. Ultimately, Diesel has a lot more in the tank than Johnny, though. This could be critical. Alright, coming back on lap 34, we are on our 9.5 remaining minutes of this 60-minute race. 1 hour endurance. And we have Diesel back in first with Johnny chasing in second. And these two should be clear of their pit stops. As we see, Frog has been alone pretty much all race. Had a very good start of the race where he was chasing Diesel and Johnny. We have KLS in fourth, Kenny in fifth. Should be done with his pit stops. Britney Pit has gone for a 2-stop, so he should be done with his pit stops as well. Sixth. Pretty sure he could have had a podium today, possibly, if if the car just didn't outright try to kill him. So if you don't pay attention to what that little Ford is doing, it will try to kill you literally, as we've seen a couple of times now. Glover, I think, has full control of the GT40, but there has probably been moments where his cars tried to kill him too. Nightmare in 8th. We have Jamie down in 9th, just ahead of Lorcas, both on worn tires. Ooh, as we see Jamie very slidey into the second to last corner. Oh, very wide out of that turn 2, and gets himself a little second penalty for that. We have Lorcas inching closer to oh, as we see Lorcas doing the same thing as Britain's Bit did. And Jamie earlier in the race, oh man, turn 1's exit just wants to kill you. Wow. As we see Diesel is just trying to break away from Johnny, stay the hell away from him. But Johnny's inching closer. He's got 8 minutes to do it on. 8 minutes to catch up to Diesel and try to claim first. Frog in 3rd. We have KLS in 4th. Kenny 5th. We have Britain's Bit in 6th. So let's go down to Jamie and Lorcas. And Lorcas has lost a bit of ground up to Jamie because of both their spins. Almost. Oversteers. Jamie is staying out for one more. The same with Lorcas. See Jamie going very slidey out of turn 1. I think the tire wear is starting to ultimately get to the point where he needs to go in and get those changed. Just look at the rear left. There's no grip in those tires as he just slides, even with TCS on. And we see Lorcas doing the same thing. Taking a quick look back with Lorcas at, they just put on a little bit too much power. Tires can't take it. And, wow. The cars today are just trying to kill drivers in Tier 3. Seriously. It's like the cars have had a deal with each other. Aha! Who can we kill most today? And sadly, we have Britain's Bit, we have Jamie, we have Lorcas, all being victim to the cars trying to kill them. Even Nightmare Racer, who is the Dark Lord of our Discord, the Sith Lord. As we see Nightmare Racer into the pits, and he's coming out of the pits. Oh, and we just hear the tire screeching from Jamie's car. Look at the rear tire. Look at that. Oh, Jamie, for goodness sakes, get some fresh boots on in the last few laps. Oh, the car's just trying to kill Jamie. The Aston is actually trying to kill Jamie. Every single time he comes out of a slow corner, it is trying to kill him. Look at this. It just kicks the rear end out every single time. Jamie is under so much strain right now from a car that does not want to cooperate with him. How in the hell is Jamie making this work? Just look at the rear left. There's nothing on it. The tire is gone. Come on, Jamie, get yourself into the pits, and he's going around for another lap. Oh, Jamie. Oh, you ballsy little kid. As we see Diesel in first ahead of Johnny, and Johnny is inching closer. Will it be enough? Just a couple of more minutes left in the race. Take a look at the live timing. As we see, Johnny is 2.3 behind Old Spice. Old Spice just has to keep the lead for a couple of more minutes, a couple of more laps. KLS has done a good job today, stayed out of trouble and stuck in fourth. We have Kenny in fifth, and Kenny has stayed out of trouble as well. Kept that mighty Porsche 911 under control. Not a car I really love to drive too much because it also has a rear end that tries to kill you. Or maybe it's just me that it tries to kill. Britney Spears has had a series of unfortunate events today. The Ford GT40 has tried to kill him 2 times already. Once in the exit of turn 3 and one in the exit of turn 1. Glover in 6th has stayed pretty much out of trouble, kept that mighty killing machine under control, and hopefully the car hasn't tried to kill him off camera. Nightmare is pulling away from Jamie, and I think Jamie is staying out for another lap. What in the world? There's another lap to go, maybe 2, and he is freaking staying out for another lap. Just, whoa! Look, there's barely 5% left on the tire. Oh, man. God damn, this kid's got some balls. Jamie, what are you doing? He should have gotten himself some new boots. Oh, the car is not responding at all out of the turns. Coming back to the leaders, we have Johnny and Diesel. Diesel is inching closer. We have 1 minute left. Half minute left. This is going to be the last lap. Can Johnny do anything in the last few turns? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Last lap. I don't think Johnny will be able to do anything. He's got a 2-second penalty to shake off. Diesel has nothing. This will be Old Spice's win. Hell of a race, Diesel. Hell of a race, keeping Johnny behind. And we have a yellow flag in front. That could be Jamie. No, that is Lorcas. Lorcas has spun it, but stayed well out of the way of the leaders. As we see Frog in third. Very well done to Frog for staying mostly out of trouble. We have KLS caught up a little bit to Frog. We have Kenny there. Well done to Kenny for staying out of trouble and having a good race. Britain's bit has to be just a little bit decently surprised or happy with 6th. As we see Glover coming through the last few turns. So, thank you all for watching. Come back next time for Spa and Group 1 machines. Thank you, and bye. So, as we can see, Johnny Hudson is leading the championship with 116 points. Diesel in second with 112, and we have Britney Spit in third with 71 points. Lorca's in fourth with 44 and 38 for Comrade Mitzos. So, this has been round 5, and yeah, it's been a good first half of the season already. And next week we will have Spa in the Group 1 machines. So, catch you all then, and thank you all for watching. This is Kimaru signing off, and ta-da!